Before we begin, make sure you have opened up today's workbook in the Files tab on Teams, saved a copy of it so you have your own version you can edit, and completed and marked the HIR. The HIR answers are located at the back of the workbook. In today's lesson, we are going to be focusing on two things: identifying a range of rhythm values and explaining how time signatures work, and then combining them at the end. This video focuses on identifying a range of rhythm values. Some of these rhythm values we already know. We start with the semi-brief, which is worth 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. We then half it to get a minim, which is worth 2 beats each. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can then half again to get a crotchet, which is worth 1 beat each. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can then half it again to get the quaver, worth half a beat each. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we continue to this process, we'd end up with a note worth a quarter of a beat, or a note with 4 notes to each beat. It would sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, such a note exists, and we call it a semiquaver, which just means half a quaver, in the same way that a semicircle is half of a circle. If we wanted to notate a semiquaver, it's actually really simple. We just start off with a quaver with its tail, and all we have to do is add a second tail to it, like so. And that's your semiquaver, a quaver with 2 tails. If we have semiquavers joined together, it'd be a very similar process. We start off with our quavers joined together with a horizontal line, and we just add a second line to it. And that gives us 2 semiquavers joined together. Now, if we're playing some music and it has a mix of quavers and semiquavers, it's going to be really tricky to work out how long the rhythm lasts for, adding up all those halves and quarters. So to make it easier for ourselves, we do something called grouping. If we have quavers and semiquavers that add up to 1 beat, we draw a line grouping them all together. So in this case, we have 4 semiquavers, 4 quarters equals 1, so we join them all together to show that the 4 notes together equal 1 beat. Down here, we have 2 semiquavers, a quarter plus a quarter, which is half, plus a quaver, which is another half. This all adds up to 1, so we join it all together, with the semiquavers joined by 2 lines and the quaver joined by 1. Because they're all joined together, we know that this rhythm lasts for 1 beat. This makes it way easier to work out how long our rhythms last for if they're using a mixture of semiquavers and quavers. For example, if we had to work out how many beats this rhythm lasts for, we'd start with the note we know, which is a minim, which is worth 2. Then we have a quaver followed by 2 semiquavers, which we know equals 1 because it's all joined together, and then 4 semiquavers, 4 quarters, which equals 1. Again, they're all joined together, so we can tell at a glance. This gives us 2 plus 1 plus 1, which is 4. Okay, 10 seconds. Work out how long this rhythm lasts for. Okay, so our process. We know that all these notes are joined together by a single line, so this all must equal 1. This is a quaver plus 2 semiquavers. Here, we have 4 semiquavers in a row. 4 quarters equals 1, so they're all joined together. And then over here, we have a crotchet, which is also worth 1. So it's simply 1 plus 1 plus 1, which gives us 3. And the rhythm sounds like this. Next example. 10 seconds. Try and work it out. So we have 1 here from the crotchet, another 1 here from a second crotchet. These notes are all joined together, so we know they're equal 1. There are 2 semiquavers and a quaver. And at the end, we have a minim, which is worth 2. So it's 1 plus 1 plus 1 again, plus 2, which gives us 5. And the rhythm sounds like this. Now, a slightly trickier task. In a moment, I'm going to play one of these rhythms 3 times. Your job is to identify which rhythm is being played. First, take 10 seconds to read through the rhythms and work out what they will sound like. Now I'm going to count in and play the rhythm. For the first time, I will count the beat as I'm playing the rhythm, and then for the other times, I will not. So pay attention. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. Have a think. And the answer is B. Follow the rhythm with the mouse. A would sound like this. And C would sound like this. This brings us to the end of our work on semiquavers. From semibriefs to semiquavers, you now have a full range of notes to create rhythms as slow or as fast as you like. Now turn to activity 1 in your workbook. For more guidance and some more practice, once you have completed that activity, load up the second video and we'll start working on time signatures.